Welcome. CareersDecaturcom is an offshoot of the Economic Development Corporation of Decatur and Macon County. Nicole Bateman is with us, and so good to see you, Nicole. Life is sort of getting back to whatever the new normal is, but the thing going on across not only the community, but across the country are all kinds of people who are looking for jobs and all kinds of jobs that are out there. And in this series, we're sort of introducing you to our large manufacturers, our large corporations, our companies, small and medium and large size, and talking about some of those opportunities that are available. CareersDecatur.com is the best place to start if you're looking for a new career or a change. Why did you first create this, and what was the impetus for that?
So we created it at first because we realized after, talking to employers in town or talking to new folks that were coming to Decatur or those, fresh graduates that were looking for jobs saying, there are no jobs in Decatur. Well, we knew that wasn't true, but we did find that it was hard to find where these jobs are posted because there's so many different websites and there's so many small businesses and just things were everywhere. And so we wanted to really make sure that the community had a solid website where all the jobs were posted. And so we actually worked, with some partners to get that done. And so now employers can post their jobs there for free, and potential employees or those who are looking for work can look on there and search for free and find all the jobs that are available. And we've also really boosted our efforts there to now include training opportunities and scholarship opportunities. So we really wanted to make it well-rounded. And in this time of now, getting into a post-pandemic era where people are really needing to get back to work, it's just a really fantastic resource for them.
You can go to nowdecatur.com, simply go to the jobs page and find everything that we talk about over the next number of minutes and get all the details. We're seeing a very interesting approach from economic development point of view where you are working with Springfield and Champaign and Bloomington Normal and Danville, where there's a regional approach because the world has changed. We have hybrid positions. It's not necessarily where you live, might not be where you work. So there's a whole interesting landscape that's shaping up out there, as you mentioned, in a post-pandemic world. How do you stay on top of that? And is that a brand new approach, kind of cooperating regionally rather than thinking about very hyper-local centric?
Yeah, I think we've been looking regionally. When we talk about our workforce, we know that people travel in and out of our communities, all of our communities in Central Illinois every day. And so when we were marketing our community for business attraction or retention, we talk about our entire workforce, which is about 500,000 people. But when we really talk now, like you said, folks can maybe choose to live in one community and work in another. Maybe they live in Decatur and both folks leave the community to work and then come back to live at the end of the day. There's a variety of things happening there, but to really more formalize an approach with all of the regions in our communities to market Central Illinois, because we know now folks are really looking for an easier lifestyle, a place that they can work remotely if that's an opportunity for them, but also a place that provides outstanding career opportunities in a variety of different industries. And really, we have all of that in Central Illinois. And so just coming together to really focus in on crafting that message and then taking it up, and taking it out in the world so that when, we have a win here in Decatur, it's a win for everybody else in the area and vice versa.
And you think about when you think large employers, it doesn't get any bigger than ADM, and not only regionally, but globally. And it's our great pleasure to welcome Heidi Oswald, the plant superintendent for the ADM East plant, to be with us this morning. Heidi, we're so grateful for what ADM means to this community, but not just this community, around the state, around the United States, around the world. You guys have incredible opportunities that are available. Talk to me a little bit about some of those that are available right here in Decatur, Illinois.
So here in Decatur, it's a huge complex, so we have a huge variety of different jobs that are available. Some of the jobs that we're looking for specifically are operator, utility, loader, supervisor, all the way to engineers and management too. So there's almost no end to the different options that we're looking for now.
When you think about agribusiness, a lot of people instantly think about farming, which is where it all starts. But about 99% of the jobs in agribusiness are not actually related to farming. It's what's done with the final product.
Yes, that's true. So that's honestly one of the reasons I like working for ADM, because my background, my husband's background, it's all in farming, ranching, and being able to take that product that the farmer has created and produced and make something with it that can help feed the world, or go on to sustain hunger. And that's a great thing to be able to do. You see the soybean in one hand, and then you see a granola bar or a protein drink or anything like that, and that you're part of that chain process to help feed the world.
And the byproduct of the byproduct of the
Yep.
byproduct, the
Yep.
byproduct, is the name of the game for ADM, and
Yes.
it's unbelievable. If somebody is interested in finding out about, just a starting point, for ADM, I mean, I know you have a great website that people can sort of begin to sort of look at job possibilities, not only here in Central Illinois, but across the United States or even
Mhm.
globally. What's
Mhm.
the best place for them to start?
The best place is our website, the ADM.CareersDecaturcom. And there you can search by location. If you're looking for a specific region, you can search there. If you're looking for entry-level positions, you should focus on operator or loader or utility positions. Those are all going to be some of our entry-level positions that will get you into the plant setting, get you familiar with what ADM does, because I know that's one of the biggest questions, at this plant or plants that I've worked at in the past. People know that the plant's here. It's these big buildings, but you have no idea what's inside the plant. You really don't have any idea, what kind of equipment is here, what kind of work the people are really doing that are here. So, getting an entry level position and really, you know, learning what's at the plant is an eye opener for a lot of people. They may have one idea before they even start working here of what their job's going to be like, and then they're here for 6 months and they're like, I'm doing way more or way cooler stuff than I thought I would be doing before I applied here. Um, so and it's a hard thing to advertise, what people's job is really going to look like when they're here, or exactly what they're going to be doing. But it's one of the good things is that once you do get in the door, there's a lot of opportunity for movement too.
So advancement's a very big
Yeah.
deal for people that you hire.
Yeah.
What kind of folks are you looking for, for those prospects that are out there? And by the way, you can go to that website, using your mobile device or smartphone or tablet or PC, and really dial in on some of these positions we're talking about today. But what kind of people are you looking for?
So anyone that really wants to come to a job and learn new things, like I mentioned before, you're not going to know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you apply for one of these jobs. When it comes to, exactly what you're going to be doing every day. So someone that's willing to learn new things, come in with an open mind. You don't have to have, you know, years of wrenching experience in order to be an operator at a plant. Do you need to know how to, or do you need to, you know, be open to picking up a wrench every once in a while if you need to? Yes, but it's all about learning new things and, you know, being always wanting to do your best and be proud of the place that you work in.
So if someone's motivated, and this has been a tough, year and a half for a lot of people, in the workforce, due to no fault of their own,
Mm-hmm.
change sort of the way we do business. And so there's lots of opportunities out there. And Nicole also off chances and opportunities for people, whether they have the training or not. And that's why CareersDecatur.com is so important. Maybe you're ready and already have transferable skills where you could step right into one of these jobs that Heidi's talking about. Maybe you need a little extra help, and that's available too.
Definitely. I think companies are more open to and are starting to implement more on the job training. So if you've got a good attitude, you're showing up for work every day, you've got some work experience. And oftentimes we found that people don't really think about their experiences and their skills as transferable, right? If you worked in one industry, people have a hard time wrapping their heads around how that could possibly transfer into something completely different, like manufacturing, right, or working at ADM. But really, those job skills do transfer, and so it would just be like Heidi was saying, somebody who keeps an open mind, right, willing to learn. All of that is changing now because of the demand for labor out there in the communities.
It's very competitive too. Right now in North America, there are 771 different career opportunities available just through ADM. Talk to me a little bit about the numbers in Macon County. How many jobs are available right now?
Right now in Macon County, we have over 2,000 jobs, and that's in all industries, but predominantly in manufacturing, production, and transportation, and also in healthcare. So a lot of open jobs available, and you can go to CareersDecatur.com and you can see a breakdown of those jobs. How many jobs are in manufacturing and what's the average wage. So we want to just kind of emphasize, if you're looking for jobs, it doesn't matter at what level you're looking, there's going to be something available.
And the great thing about the agribusiness umbrella that we were talking about a little earlier, you can be an agribusiness as a truck driver, you can be an agribusiness as a welder, you can be an agribusiness as a scientist, as a senior management. I mean, it really does cover the entire gamut of job availability out there, and no better place than ADM.
Definitely. I mean, to have, the likes of ADM on your resume would be outstanding, right? And we've got the biggest facilities in their network here in Decatur, Illinois, with a lot of opportunity for upward movement. So, if you're ready to work and you're a go-getter, I think there'd probably be a position there for you.
And one of the interesting things too is this housing shortage that's going on across markets. Whether you're talking about the Rivian plant in Bloomington or ADM in Decatur, this commute thing becomes a very different conversation today in Central Illinois. We used to think of that sort of big cities or Chicago, where you'd have an hour or 2 hour drive to work. That now comes into play in Central Illinois.
It does. And it presents a nice opportunity for some new housing as well, right? Because that's the dilemma a lot of folks are running into. Yeah, we could sell our house today, but where are we going to go? There's nowhere to go. And so it's an interesting housing market that we've not seen in this area in a very, very long time, if ever, really, to my knowledge. So yeah, that does present a different challenge when we talk about, recruiting a workforce. We're recruiting obviously from here in Macon County, but really recruiting regionally too, because we already share the workforce. And so talking about the opportunities that are available across the board also opens up the talent pool as well.
All right, Heidi, walk me through the process. I go to the website, and I can apply online. What happens after that?
After that, you'd be contacted by an ADM representative. I don't know a lot of the details from that point, but we're doing all of our hiring right now through corporate, so you wouldn't actually talk to someone from the plant for your interview, but you'd be placed, if you went through the interview background check fine, you'd be placed at a plant based on needs in the Decatur area. And from there, we do safety training. So you'll start, safety is the most important thing to a company like ADM. So we always get all the new hires started off with a solid week of safety training on what our expectations are, what they should be looking out for in their first 90 days as an employee here, because they're going to be seeing a lot of new things. It's kind of all part of the onboarding training, new hire training, on the job training that you discussed earlier. So making sure that we get people off on the right foot so that they're here to work safely and know what to watch out for, know what to be reporting. That's all really important to us.
And once again, 771 different types of job availabilities in North America here in ADM, and some of that's entry level, but some of it's, I'm looking at Decatur, and HR data analyst is.
Yep.
You have several job categories. So even for the very experienced people that maybe lost a job due to pandemic or downsizing, there's some incredible career opportunities at just about every level.
Yes, I agree.
Well, this is, Nicole, what we hope to do and spread the word. We've got over 2,000 jobs we need to fill in this community, many of them at ADM. When do you think the new normal, when do you think we'll know what the new normal is and how we go about doing all of this?
I think we're still at least a year out. We still have, a ways to go. Vaccination rates are great, but we're not at 100%. Realistically, we'll probably never be at 100%, but we still have ways to go there. I think companies are still figuring out what their new normal looks like, balancing opportunity for remote work, balancing, looking at automation in the future, which I think was always probably somewhere in the conversation, but now perhaps maybe even more, because things are just like you've said many times, COVID has been an accelerator, and it's given us a year at really looking and digesting not only, our personal lives, but also work lives, but also as an employer, what that company's future looks like. And so I think that there's a ton of opportunity out there, but the new normal I still think is, probably a year or so away, because it's going to take a while again for those supply chains to catch up as well. I mean, it's not everything that our eyes will see. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background that's still just going to take a while to smooth back out.
Once again, you can go to adm.com/careers/jobs. You can search by Decatur. Just doing that, I'm seeing all kinds of unbelievable opportunities in the Decatur area. Mentioned a data analysis, industrial construction planner and scheduler, transportation management, security engineers, business analytics and biosolutions, microbiology. So all the way across all of these different categories, there's great career potential at ADM for you. Heidi, thank you, and we look forward to you spending your first year in Decatur post-pandemic, meaning you get out and meet the folks and see all the great things that we have to offer. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Nicole, CareersDecatur.com. And if people do need that extra help, there are unbelievable programs together. What Rocky's doing, some of these great things in collaboration with Richland Community College. Don't let that fear or that anxiety that maybe you don't have the skills or you're not up to it. Everyone can get that starting point and get to where they need to be.
Absolutely. You don't have to go it alone. There's plenty of resources here to support you on your new adventure. And oftentimes they can be free. They can be paid for through various routes. So reach out, go to CareersDecatur.com. There's a form on there you can fill out, and we'll have our career planners reach back out to you and get you started.
All right. Thanks, guys. CareersDecatur.com. Check it out.